What's up, everybody? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors. Welcome back to episode 2 of the 6 Scale Weekly Roundup. Now, things are going to be slightly different, again, as we start to polish things out and, make things look a little bit better. I want to shave off a little bit of time, for your sanity and for mine. So, I'm not going to be showing all of the final review photos, but more so what's important for you to notice, like looking closely at and looking at what I'm seeing. So with that said, this might be a little bit shorter, but we also got a lot since last Friday. Now, speaking of last Friday, Hot Toys officially made their announcement. Let's go ahead and check it out. Here we have the Moon Knight announcement that was made on April 1st. I don't know if it's because the older I get, maybe I just become a cranky old man every year, but I'm not a big fan of April 1st. But that might just be me. Sound off in the comments. Let me know if you're the same way. Now, Moon Knight was officially announced. And if you remember from the last episode, Marvel.com actually announced this first. And if you haven't followed us over on Instagram, I shared the original link to the post talking about this. And the author, unfortunately, made a mishap in the title. So that broke the link. But I ended up resharing that later. Soft plug, if you're not following us over on Instagram, definitely consider it. We share a lot of up-to-date information in our stories about announcements and things like that with 1/6 scale figures. So the second I know it, you will know as well. Getting back to it. Pay attention to the textures and all of that good stuff because we will be talking about it later. Let me know if this is something that you all are interested in. I watched the first couple episodes. It's okay. It's all right. I'll say that. It's not terrible, but let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. So on Saturday, April 2nd at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, InArt shared their poll results from their Facebook group. If you're not in their Facebook group, I'll go ahead and share a link down in the description. That way, if you're interested in joining and you want to join in on all of this, your vote counts. But mind you, before you jump in, be careful because your timeline might be littered with, when are you going to make, Boo Boo Bear and things of that nature. So be warned, all right? Let's get back to the results. So they categorize them in terms of 80s films, 90s, and things of that nature. So here are the voting results for the InArt poll, starting with 80s films. At number 1, we have the Batman 1989. Number 2, Terminator T-800. And Raiders of the Lost Ark coming in third for the Indiana Jones figure. Now, again, these are figures that the community would like to see in 1/6 scale form. Now, moving on down to the 90s movies, we've got Batman Returns Batman coming in first, Catwoman coming in second from the Batman Returns, and coming in third place, we have Terminator 2 Judgment Day Diecast and Battle Damage T-800. That is a mouthful. Moving on down to 2000s to 2010 movies. Again, 3 spots. Number 1 coming in at Spider-Man Tobey Maguire. Interesting. Number 2, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. All of the main characters. All of them. There isn't just one particular one for number 2. That's a lot for number 2. And last but not least, coming in third place, we have The Dark Knight Batman. And that's understandable, right? We have The Dark Knight Joker. We got to have Batman. So let's get into that next one. 2010 to 2022 films. Coming in at number 1, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Number 2, Batman and Superman Dawn of Justice, Batman. And number 3, Logan Wolverine. Next category going to video games. Now this is interesting because Batman is just coming up everywhere. We got a lot of DC fans out there, right? Number 1, Batman Arkham. Unfortunately, they made a small boo-boo in the text, but it happens to the best of us. Number 2, God of War Kratos. And coming in third, Metal Gear. Now, I'm not sure why it's just Metal Gear and not, which character. Is it Snake? Is it? In the last category of the InArt voting poll results, we have anime. Now, number 1, Dragon Ball Z. I didn't vote for none of these, by the way. I just feel like, and it's cool. They're engaging with the community. That's what this is. If they actually go through with this, I'm going to save my thoughts on that. Let's go back to the results. Number 1, we have Dragon Ball Z. Number 2, Berserk Guts. And coming in third, The Attack on Titan. Now, for me personally, again, I think that this is a beautiful thing when you have a company engaging with the community and saying, hey, what would you like? And these are the voting results. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this means this will happen, but if they do this, you're giving a lot of power to the consumer, and that's something that you got to be very careful about. Now, if we say jump, you shouldn't be saying how high every single time. I mean, if we say jump like 1 out of 10 times and you're like, okay, how high this time? What, you for real? All right, cool. Yeah, let's do Kratos. But you're gonna end up doing something bad doing this. Hopefully this is just like in fun and, we're just trying to gauge interest, yada, yada. They will have to word that pretty nicely, but let me know what you all think down below. A lot of the things that are up here, I mean, I would have a lot of different things personally, but that's just me. Let me know what you all think. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. Now, on that same day, a couple hours later, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, InArt wanted to share with us some progress on the Batman portrait, and whoa, it looks good. Let's check that out. So we have the progress images here of Robert Pattinson. That portrait looks amazing. The hair looks nice. I love the sheen on it. We got the pores. That jawline is looking nice. The ears look great. This right here is beautiful. Now, with that though, InArt provided a small statement. The Batman 1/6 Collectibles Painted Head Sculpt update. Today we're excited to share a painted head sculpt of our 1/6 scale, the Batman, to keep you up to date on the progress. How do you think the Batman painted head sculpt turned out? Let us know your thoughts. As always, I think it looks great. Now, keep in mind, this is sculpted. I don't think they ever said anything about rooted hair. I don't believe, but wow. That rooted hair is going to have to look like real hair to beat this, because this looks amazing. Let me know what you think down below. I'm not picking it up, though. We've not seen the film just yet, but it looks pretty good. Let's jump into the next topic. This one isn't necessarily a 1/6 scale announcement per se, but it's a discussion rather, based on an announcement that happened prior. Now, we're going to be talking about the InArt 1/6 scale Dark Knight Joker, because I'm kind of curious about your thoughts on how do you feel about the resellers and, opening up that 2-pack rooted hair pre-order. I'm interested in your thoughts down below. If you want, feel free to pause. I don't want to influence your thought process on that. I don't necessarily want to say who I ordered from, because, I don't really want to align our brand with a company if we're not sponsored and things like that. And, push come to shove, if that company do something wild, we said something about it. So I'm going to save that. All right. Getting back on topic here. Now, a lot of resellers, they've opened up the 2-pack pre-order for the Joker. Now, a couple of them being Toys Wonderland and I believe Spec Fiction as well. How do you all feel about that? Now, in my opinion, these are resellers, right? Now, chances are, let's say they pre-ordered 25 versions of the rooted hair. This was, chances are, bound to happen. I personally didn't think about it, but it was bound to happen. Now, InArt said these pre-orders are going to be open for 3 days. Now, you have a company, let's just say Starburst company. Now, Starburst, they say, all right, let's pre-order 25. They've technically ordered 25, or pre-ordered rather. They put the NRD down or whatever they needed to do with that company. They're not distributors, and they claim 25. Now, let's say that's just them thinking these things are going to sell like hotcakes, right? Now, let's say they only sold 5. In my opinion, InArt shouldn't be taking away the other 20 if they pre-order 25. From a business perspective, that's not fair. As a consumer, I feel some kind of way about that. Like, you told me 3 days, and day 1, in fact, I was there with that pre-order. My wife also got one as well. So yeah, as a consumer, I feel some kind of way, but on the business side, I don't understand where the thought process of, they should reclaim those other 20, for example, in my theory, that InArt should be able to do that. No, you shouldn't. If Starburst say, no, we claim 25, even though we sold 5, now we just have 20, and we plan to pay those. I don't see why, where this whole notion of InArt should claim those come in from. I really don't. Now, I know, again, as a consumer, I feel some kind of way about it. But on the business side, it doesn't make sense to take those back. So let me know your thoughts down below. Again, it's up on a couple of sites if you're interested in that. I'm not going to say who to go to. You can do that yourself. I mainly shop through Sideshow, and because InArt, they don't have any distributors, take precautions with that. All right, let's move on to the next topic. So on Monday and Tuesday, we actually didn't get that many announcements. In fact, we didn't get nothing at all. So Monday and Tuesday were just regular old days for us in collecting world. Maybe you went and shelved a couple figures, dusted something off. Those were dry days. However, on Wednesday, April 6th at 1 a.m. Eastern time, Hot Toys hit us with a portrait update. And this one kind of came out of left field because we haven't heard anything about this since the movie came out. Shang-Chi. It was a good movie. I mean, it wasn't up there, but it was a good movie. Let's get into it. So the Wenwu portrait update. Honestly, when you compare this to the original from before, I really thought the portrait from before actually looked pretty decent. But when you compare it to this, what? That's just... Are you kidding me? That genuinely looks like the actor verbatim. You got the dimples in the face, the pores and the texture that's in the other portrait here as well. But you just, wow. I would invest in this line if they made Zhai Lang. I would, but I just can't. I can't just do it with Wenwu and Shang-Chi. But dang. Can they do better with Shang-Chi? Are you kidding me? They have to now. You can't put Shang-Chi up to his dad like this. Come on, man. That came with a statement. So Hot Toys said, it's been a while since the last time we shared news on Shang-Chi. It's been a long time, all right? A long while. It's been a while since we shared news on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings collection series. And we can't wait to present the updated Headsculpt of Wenwu collectible figure. Taking our crafting skills to the next level, the enhanced head sculpt displaying impressive accuracy and fine textures beautifully illustrates a high standard of workmanship. They've really, let me know your thoughts down below. They knocked this one out of the park. Beautiful job. Very well done. Let's move on to the next topic. So that same morning, an hour later, April 6th on Wednesday at 2 a.m. Eastern, Hot Toys dropped the announcement of Moon Knight. Now, this isn't one that I can't really say that I was excited for. I mean, it's cool, though. Don't get me wrong. We'll get into the pictures in a bit. But let's jump on to the accessories page. Now, looking at this, I wasn't really sure if the eyes would light up that way because you know how it is. Photoshop. And even here, when you look at the photos, like he looks gray in the two main images to the left and right versus in the middle, it's sort of got this cream white look. Which one is it, Hot Toys? Come on, man. Talk to your photographers, man. Which one is it? Is it gray? Is it... All right, so we have the crescent moon accessories here for the weaponry. We also have, I honestly think the base looks cool. I don't really like the diamond base myself, but I do like that crescent moon in the back. That is awesome. When you look at the hands, this thing is stacked. We got fists, and pairs. We have pairs of hands. We don't have like this weird gesturing hand here and this weird hand there and one fist and just like one random open palm. This is what we want. This, again, I made a video on this. This should be the Hot Toys standard right here. I don't understand why they're flip-flopping, but let's get back on topic here. The figure looks good. Let's go ahead and look at the other images here. Now, to me, it looks double-jointed. It looks like a double-jointed figure because of how that elbow is sort of tightened in the back there. There's another thing that I want you to note as well. When you look underneath the hood, there's an opening based on how that light is shining through. Now that led me to believe that this is an LED light up head. And chances are, if you've owned an Iron Man figure before, Rescue, War Machine, a lot of the battery compartments are here in the head. So I genuinely think that it's hidden beneath the head wrap. Now, on top of that, we also have all of this cloth on the cape there. We have the pleather, we have the sculpt wraps going on there around the portrait and the head and the hands. It looks good. I genuinely thought that this was going to be a $300+ figure. So looking at the next image here, double bend in the knee. We've got a double jointed figure, everyone. I think it looks good. We got the wiring in the cape, unless, which again, like with Hot Toys, you don't really know what kind of bag they're going to come out of. Unless they modified this, which they shouldn't, it looks like a wired cape, at least on the sides, maybe one in the middle, you know, so it doesn't fall or anything like that. But I'm not seeing anything here underneath it on the bottom part there. And with that, they provided some text. Inspired by his iconic appearance in Moon Knight series, the 1/6 scale Moon Knight figure features a newly developed head sculpt with LED light up function. Wrapping bandages are fully sculpted to capture his mystic appearance. A finely tailored Moon Knight costume consisting of armor parts, also cape covered with ancient symbols and patterns, fabric, belt, in addition to the sculpt boots. We got to throw a period in there somewhere, Hot Toys. Come on, man. His signature crescent blades comes in a variety of sizes, a crescent moon backdrop, and a figure stand. Now, that was from the Hot Toys official website. Now, after that, I wanted to jump on the secret base page and try to figure out where Sideshow was going to throw their tax on this. Is this going to be over $300? It doesn't come with a portrait of Oscar Isaac's character. Figure in Hong Kong is priced at $220. You can find that over on Sideshow. I didn't see this being over $300. If it was probably because of the material used. If you look at the Tusken Raider, they use quite a bit of fabric. And that cape looks like quite a bit of fabric. So I genuinely thought maybe a little over $300, probably $315, $325. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. All right, so unless you've been living under a rock, Star Wars Celebration is coming up next month, and unfortunately, we won't be able to go. I've never been. I would love to go. All of the celebrities and things of that nature going on, and panels as well. So, panels for Obi-Wan, Andor, and Mando Season 3. I don't know how Hot Toys is going to do it. I really don't, because Moon Knight is already set for 2023. That release is set for next year, at the end of the year. So if that's for that, I'm sorry, man. You're not going to see an Obi-Wan and/or Mando figure until 2024 at this rate. Now, I'm excited. Let me know if you all are going. If you're not going, I guess we'll be watching from home together. But if you are, take all of the pictures, share them with us, tag us if you want on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. I would like to live all of this vicariously through you. Let's move on to the next topic. So today, April 8th, is a pretty stacked day. This is kind of like the rise of the Phoenix for third-party figures and things of that nature. So just bear with us. So starting at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, The Patriot was shared with us by Toys Era. Now, Hot Toys never said that they were going to make this, and I think, honestly, we only got 3 figures, and one is actually in the graveyard. So we've got Zemo, we've got Captain America, we've got Bucky. I believe that's it. If I'm wrong, let me know down below. But they never said that they were going to make this one. So the Patriot is actually John Walker from the show. This suit, I mean, overall, I like the look of the suit. But when we start diving into it, it looks rather restrictive. I don't really see this figure. I don't see you being able to do too much with it in terms of like those high-flying dynamic poses. It's just going to kind of be a one and done sort of posing. I've also never owned a Toys Era figure before, so let me know what you think about that down below. The portrait just... I'm not really feeling the portrait at all. It's not really that great. The both versions of it, actually, I don't think it's that great. But when we look at the hands, though, at least we have pairs of hands. Shout out to Toys Era for the pairs, not those random one-offs. And the shield looks good. The weapon looks good. The pistol. You got a split cut boot. That's good. That's a great start. But honestly, I'm probably going to pass up on this one. It's not my cup of tea. But again, overall, that suit is probably the selling point. A lot of these third parties, when it comes to creating and tailoring those suits, yeah, That's where it is, man. They do a great job at that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. So later on at 6 a.m. Eastern Time on April 8th, InArt dropped a tease on us, and a pretty good one. So for the Lord of the Rings fans out there, you have the Fellowship of the Ring Gandalf 1/6 collectible figure. Now with that, Queen Studios added a description, and they said the following: even the very wise cannot see all ends. We're very proud to share with you an early look at the much anticipated 1/6 Gandalf, the second collectible 6-scale figure. That looks like rooted hair. That looks like rooted hair. Chances are that fabric is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see. I really can't wait to see. Let me know if you're excited about this one down below. I'm probably not going to pick it up though, but dang, I'm going to appreciate it from afar. Let's move on to the next topic. So an hour later, SooSoo Toys dropped a random one on us. You got the Bat Lady. So for those of you who are looking for the Bat Lady from the show, boom, you've got her. Now, I'm not really a big fan of the portrait per se, but I'm not really a big fan of the figure period, personally. But I do like the sculpt portrait, at least a little bit more than the rest of it, but I don't know. Let me know what you all think. If you're picking this up down below, it's just, I wanted to let you all know that it's out. So I'll leave it there. All right. Moving on. So Queen Studios dropped a major announcement for us, and this one is about their product launch. So that will be showcased April 10th on their YouTube channel. I'm pumped. I'm excited. They did say that they were going to slide in a couple 1/6 scale figures, but I think that this is probably going to be busts and statues for the most part, at least with the way that they worded it. It's kind of like, well, we want everybody to show up, so we'll slide a couple 1/6 scale figures in too. But regardless, I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to be watching. If you see us in the chat, definitely show some love. Like, hey, man, what's up, man? I just watched this the other day. But I'm excited. I'm personally excited. Let me know if you're excited down below. If you enjoyed the content so far, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to sub if you haven't already. These things help us out. And that brings us to the end of the video. Now, I know it's barely 12. It's still in the morning. It's 11:45 a.m. for us here. Things can happen. If things happen throughout the rest of the day, we'll add that in to next week's cycle. I promise. And if you would like to be up to date a little bit more, or like right away, definitely follow us over on Instagram. We update stories for 6-scale figures every once in a while, figure photography, things of that nature. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. Now, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Stay tuned because we've got... Oh, we've got this guy in, and I cannot wait. I can't wait to do the unboxing and review for this. It's going to be epic. So if you're ready for this, stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 1,000 subs. This one is going to be epic. So I hope you're prepared for that. I've got so many ideas written down in my iPad here. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. So I'm excited. I'm about to tear all this down and start recording. Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.